Good morning. Welcome to Pinky Mouse Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. And this is not my normal time, or our normal time to come on, but I have so much to do today, baking and everything, until I've got to get started. Linda's going to be on at 10 o'clock, our regular scheduled time, but I've got several cakes to make. Good morning, Cheryl. And so I'm going to go ahead and start because this is a very simple cake. I am making a poppy seed cake. And for the ones that has our membership, this recipe is on the our web page. And on the recipe, it calls for 18 point something. Let's see what it says. 18 and a 1/4 ounce box. I went to get the cake mix because I don't normally buy cake mixes, and this cake mix is 13.25 ounces. So I'm going to have to alternate it and add a few more dry ingredients. And I'm not going to up the liquid part because that is estimated for the 14 ounces. So I'm going to add a few things. I will go back into the website, our members page, after I get this in the oven and correct it if you cannot find the 18.4 ounce boxes. So this is just a regular yellow cake mix. Like I said, I don't usually use cake mixes, so I didn't realize. I had heard that they were making them smaller. It's just that I hadn't bought any. So that's one box of cake mix. It just says to dump it all in there. So that's all this is dumping the ingredients and mixing it. So I am adding additional 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powders, and let me get it here, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now this is not on the website. This is what I'm adding additional to try to make up for those ounces that wasn't in the cake mix. There's my clock going off. And I'm going to stir this before I add it in my cake mix because I don't want it for you to take for whoever buys this cake. I'm making this cake for our fall fest. I thought about my mama this morning real strong because I got up really early. Now, it calls for 1/2 cup of sugar, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. But I'm adding another 1/4 cup to make up for and I'll put that in here. It's just dry ingredients. I don't like to just dump it in there because this should have been the cake mix. So I'm gonna mix that together, just using my measuring spoon. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna dump that in my mixer. Get this out of the way. And it calls for 4 eggs. I'm not putting an extra egg in it. And you beat the egg before you put it in with your dry ingredients. So I beat the 4 eggs. It's in the 40s here this morning. It's cool. So I'm gonna put that in here. And I'm gonna have to get my scraper to get it all out. Let's see, trying to get this on camera and, and do it both so y'all can see it. It won't be in your way. I'm scraping those eggs out of there because I want it all. Okay, that was 4 whole eggs. And 1 cup of oil. And again, I'll use my scraper to get all that oil out. And again, I'm not increasing the amount of the liquids because the liquids is according to the 18 ounce of cake mix. This is 1 cup of sour cream. All that in there. I don't normally just dump everything in there and mix it, but I'm going by the recipe. And I put this in a bundt cake pan, and I have a preheated oven of 325. And I'm not going to beat this batter long. I'm just going to mix it good. I just want to get all that sour cream out. Just rake it on the side of the bowl, and then you can get it all out. And Kathy LePage sent Linda and I some poppy seed. And I said when she sent them to us, I said, I'm going to make a poppy seed cake. So thank you, Aunt Kathy, for sending us some poppy seed, because I'm using it this morning. I think I'm actually going to mix that. Oh, I forgot. I am going to add something else. 2 tablespoons of instant Jell-O pudding mix. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons full. And what this does, especially since it's a bundt cake, it'll just kind of give it more texture. It'll more dense. So I'm going to turn my mixer on. Oh, did I have it down? I didn't. I forgot to bring my mixer up. I was going to say it wasn't mixing. We'll turn that down a little bit. And I'm just going to mix it. And I'm going to put that 1/4 cup of poppy seed in. Now I'm going to I'll move the camera over here. I'm gonna put this down. The batter is sticking in the middle, and I want to make sure it all incorporates good. Scrape down the sides. Even after adding that extra dry ingredients, it's a little thin. But like I said, I'm following the instructions. So I hope y'all are having a good day today. That's all I'm getting, because actually the instructions said mix. So I'm not going to beat this any longer. Get this beater off. I'm trying to do this backwards. Get my spatula again. Oops, sliding down in there. I have really a lot to do today, trying to get some cakes made for the bazaar. I've actually already made one cake this morning. But I'm not, tomorrow, all of these cakes that I make today, I am going to be frosting or dressing the cakes tomorrow. So I'll try my best to get all my cakes made today. And so I can concentrate on frosting them tomorrow. I'm using a bundt cake method, cake pan. Let me get this out of here. I grease my bundt pan. Now, if you have a non-stick bundt pan, you have to flour and grease it. Linda doesn't, but that's my advice. But on this Pampered Chef one, it's non-stick. I did take a pastry brush and oiled it a little bit. Trying to get it all around. I won't be able to taste this one because I'm not making but one of these. Okay, now I'm gonna scrape my pan. This cake has to cook for an hour. So that was another reason I wanted to go ahead and do it before Linda got on, because I've got some other things to do. I started to make another cake this morning and I didn't have any orange juice. So I've got to go to the store when this one gets done. I got to go to the store. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to go to Linda's today. She's going to be cooking by herself today because I've just got, it's just the time of the year, you know, when we have this fall fest, it just pretty near runs me, pretty ragged. I've got my oven already preheated. See, it's a pretty good sized pan full. And I'm going to set my timer for an hour. That was quick. What did it take me? 10, 15 minutes to put it together. So that would be one cake down that I, good morning, Matthew, Irene, Joyce, Cheryl. I appreciate y'all jumping on with me. I know, Donna, thank you for jumping on. And Dale, good morning. So I hope that y'all have a great day today. Like I said, I gotta run to town and post office and server things. So I love to bake just like Linda does. She's baking something delicious this morning too. And so, excuse me. I've been running all morning. Hi, friend. Like I said, I've already made one cake. I didn't frost it. I'm gonna frost it on tomorrow, and I'm also gonna make some more cakes. I'm not sure what time that it will be, but I will go live. But I don't want to say what time because I don't know what time, because it depends on what we come back. But oh, let me go ahead and give you that. Thank you, Jill. I was going to say, I thought somebody had asked a question. Okay, I will tell you that it takes one box for the poppy seed cake. The recipe is on our website. But I made some alterations because that box of cake mix was only 13.25 ounce. And the recipe calls for 18 point, I think 1/4 whatever ounce. But anyway, it was a box of yellow cake mix, and I added a half a cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of instant vanilla Jello pudding, and I added a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking powders and a 1/4 a teaspoon of salt. And that's what I added to it. Now, the liquids is adjusted to that amount of cake mix. So you don't add more liquids. And let's see, what else did I, sour cream, a cup of sour cream, and a cup of vegetable oil. And that's the ingredients for the cake. I'm going to make sure. I didn't have it written down, so I guess I better. A cup of oil, a cake mix, a cup of oil, a cup of sour cream, a half a cup of sugar, and I added 2 more. I added a 1/4 a cup more of sugar. 4 beaten eggs, and a half a cup of poppy seed, 2 tablespoons of instant vanilla pudding, and I added a half a cup of flour and a half a teaspoon of baking powders, a 1/4 a teaspoon of salt, no, that's all of it. So I'll show you the cake tomorrow. I'll show you this afternoon. I can show you the cake this afternoon, but I'm not going to be cutting it. So I thought about doubling the recipe and making me one, but I'm going to wind up with more cakes than I know what to do with, so I didn't want to do that. But I'll come on a little later this afternoon. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day, and don't forget to tune in at 10 o'clock. Linda will be live at 10 o'clock. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to count your blessings. Bye-bye.